Welcome back to the Danger Cats podcast. We got Crazy Dave and his roadie Mike with me today. We're going to talk rock and fucking roll. Huh? Dave, how are you, good sir? Yeah, the voice is working just fantastic. He's giving the point for those.
So I'll make sure I know what camera I'm on here.
Okay.
There's a couple different ones.
Yeah, we got a few angles.
Yeah. Oh, there's Mike. Everybody say hi to Mike.
There's Mike.
There's Mike. All right. Okay. Hi.
How are you?
Well, man, dude, it's great to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me down.
Absolutely. We got lots to talk about.
And for allowing me to buy my own beer, too. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And,
I blame my family. They were here a couple weekends ago, and they drank us dry.
I love how you hot potato that shit right there, man. That's a good twist, man. That's a very politician of you.
It's a power move.
Really?
It's a power move.
So I was assuming that Uncle Hack here didn't have any boxed water, so I brought my own bush. Keeping it real 70s down here, ladies. All right.
There we go.
So that being said, this is a podcast. It's a video cast. Is it a rock cast? Is it a drunk cast?
It's whatever you want it to be.
It's a danger cast.
Hey,
wow! Look at
hey,
that. Hey, wow.
Look at
he's coming up with new slogans. You better. I'll be waiting for that check in the mail. I won't be expecting it, but anyway.
We're copywriting the fuck out of it before we can get out of this room.
So I'm here, and you know what? You can pick my brain about whatever you want. Ask me whatever you want, and I got
tons of shit I want to.
All right, so I will try to keep the answers relatively short because I tend to talk a little bit.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Quite a bit. So
we're going to be fighting for words.
All right. So you know what? I will try to keep them short, brief, entertaining, and like I say, just I want to get as many questions out as we can.
Fuck yeah.
Like I say, my
my
nature is to run with it, and just go and just turn cartoon with it. So I'll try to keep it reeled in a little bit for you.
Fair.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
We first met at the biker rodeo or out by Athabasca.
That's right, Hog Flats.
Yeah,
yes.
And then we had the opportunity to work together with the movie Hot Box.
Yes.
As well, which was a great film. I don't know if they're airing it anywhere right now. I don't believe so, but they had it downtown Edmonton at the Gatineau Theater.
Yeah, they had at the Garneau Theater, and then at the Princess Theater was the second showing.
Right.
And that's Brandon Reines is the director.
Yeah.
And a great cast and everything that happened.
Was that your first
I knew
movie?
It was a treat for you, and it's a treat for me. It was the first time I've ever done anything like that.
Yeah, same here.
And incidentally, Brandon had just asked me, Dave, do you have any music you can submit to this? And I was like, because I can't submit anything that I did before, right? It's, too much. So, I was like, maybe I could write something for you. So, I talked to my guitar player, Rick. Hey, Rick. And he wrote something and sent something back at like lightning speed. So I just went in there, put a scratch track, tried to figure out some words, trying to get a concept of what the movie was, Hot Box and that sort of thing. So I ended up writing these lyrics, and the title of the song is called Friend Indeed. Right, friend with weed is a friend indeed. Right, so so the whole song is obviously just about getting high and stuff like that. So
fucking right.
It was great for him to ask me that because I haven't written in a long time. So what came out was very innocent and very 80s, very very crazy Dave. I think maybe a little bit better than what people were kind of used to, or maybe what they're expecting from what I've done before. And that was the Killenger stuff, which I love talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
The Killenger stuff. So anyway, that's the answer to the question number one, everybody. Yes! Number one is down. Question two.
Let's get right into how did this all start for you? Like we I guess where to start is like what got you into rock and roll? What made you turn the script and like what turned Crazy Dave into Crazy Dave? Like,
right. Well, I was never really that crazy when I started. I was just little Dave. I was
just
a little nerd. Dave. Yeah, that's right. Just like every other kid, loving my Stretch Armstrong and my spirograph and my Etch-a-Sketch. I mean, I'm a little bit older now.
That's an 80s shit for you kids listening.
Yeah. So I mean, I can bring it down to pinpoint it down in two sort of situations that had taken me on this path. And the first one was my very first Kiss concert, and Cheap Trick opened. It was here in Edmonton, when they called it Northlands Coliseum. And
Which Kiss tour was it?
That was the Love Gun tour.
Fuck yeah.
And I got to see that, and it was just freaking amazing. Set such an impression on me at about 8 years old. I was turning 8 that year, so I was basically 7, turning 8 that year.
Right.
That wasn't until a couple of years later. Now, I was a big Kiss fan already, because one quick little story is that my whole family, aunts, uncles, cousins, we all went out to the mall. Everybody kind of happened into a record store. Everybody's picking out albums like Fleetwood Mac, Rumors, and Styx and stuff like that. And so I'm feeling left out, and I'm about to throw a tantrum, as any little, I want a record. So I, probably through a minor one, like, go get yourself something, right? So I started wandering the store, and I ran into the very first Kiss record, and to me it looked like kind of Clowns,
right? Yeah.
And it was comic book. I'm like, I want this record.
So different too.
And I had obviously no clue what it was or anything. So bringing it home, it was probably like the best babysitter my mom ever invested in. Boom, I'm in the room, and that's it. Close the door, and there's Strutter and Deuce and and all that sort of stuff. So that was that one instance that got me, and seeing Kiss, getting the record, seeing Kiss. But then there was another incident when I was a little bit older, a couple of years older, and I come from a hockey family, and my cousin Daryl, he Daryl Harp, got himself drafted into the NHL. And, so he's on the farm teams. He was with the, I believe, now, don't quote me on this, but I think I've got this right. He was on the Buffalo and the New York Rangers farm team, which was in Erie, Pennsylvania, I think. Erie Bulldogs or something like that. No, I might be a little bit off, but I know the second one is that he got traded to the New Jersey Devils and then went to their farm team, which was the Cincinnati Cyclones, and really started to take off. And then I think something happened, buggered up his knee, and he couldn't continue on to where he was. But he was right in there. So that being said, in the 80s, we were building the hockey rink in the backyard, and me being a little kid wanting to keep up with my older cousins and stuff because they're a hockey player, so I'd go out there and I'd try, and I wasn't very good at all. And I kind of remember this one night going out and really getting frustrated. So being a little kid, I started crying. I went inside and I told my aunt and my mom that Daryl wasn't sharing the puck enough. So basically what I did was rat out my cousin and his friends. They weren't treating me very well on the ice, so they got a little bit of a beaking from, hey, you let David, blah, 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 blah. As soon as they went back in, that door closed, they looked at me and said, you little son of a bitch. Right, and they stuck me in net, and then they started rifling shots at me. I'm crying, going back in, and they just kind of, David, maybe you should go downstairs. Just let those guys do their thing. And I went downstairs, and there was an acoustic guitar down there, and I've never picked one up before.
Right.
And so I picked it up, and it just as soon as I got noise out of it, and that was the connection right there from the Kiss fan, of being the Kiss fan, that I'm not very good hockey player.
Right.
This doesn't hurt very much on the shins. So hurts the fingertips a little bit, but just that, and that's where the connection was, and that's basically where it started, right there at that point. And I went, okay, I got to chase this thing, and I've been chasing ever since.
Hey, and it sounds like the chase got you somewhere where it ended up being a lucrative time for you. You started that band Killenger. Was that your first band that you got signed with?
Well, that was the very first and only original band I've ever been with, because I was really finding it hard to find anybody that, not only that I could write with, but there would be a common goal that we could achieve with that. I mean, just writing songs, but doing music and being in a touring band, it takes a little bit of money and stuff. And when you're kind of a broke musician to begin with, it's like hard, man. You're sharing fries, right? Two for you, two for me.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So I didn't really have a big committal with anybody until I ran into a friend that when I was just DJing at King's Night way back in the day, there was a certain band that always come in, and I always admire the guitar player's gear and his guitars. And he just said to me one day, maybe we'll work together one day. I'm like, yeah, sure. And I didn't think anything of it. He gave me a call. He said, hey, let's meet somewhere and let's talk about it. And he gave me his proposal and his budget, which was a very sizable budget. And I was like, all right. I said, but if we're going to do this, I'm going in 100%. Let's do this. And we did. And
you have to, eh? Like, you can't half-ass that.
Well, exactly. And so we did some really amazing things. Now, like everything, some things have a shelf life, or some things aren't meant to last. Maybe the business wasn't very good, but whatever happened, the bottom dropped out. And I saw this coming a year in advance, maybe a year and a half, 2 years in advance. So mentally I prepared for it. I knew what was going on. I had something happen to me that kind of made that decision a little bit easier, and I won't go into that, but it's because of the situation made it easier for me to jump and say, I don't think I need this because it's not really working out the way I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I mean, all things aside, it was some of the best times of my life. Being able to go to these places that you've only like watched on TV, like crossing the San Francisco Bridge and actually pointing right at Alcatraz and seeing it with your own eyes, stuff like that. Being in different cities that you just like I say, you see them on TV and everything. Like I'm in Chattanooga on a Sunday night. Holy fuck!
Doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Playing music.
Opening up for Striper.
Yeah.
Like,
I was just about to say
and
that.
Doing crazy stuff like the other places that we were on, playing Vegas. Being on tour with a band that had 2 number 1 hits while we went out. Like we went out with Volbeat, and they Warriors Call had just slipped from number 1. By the time we hit, was it Tempe, Arizona, or maybe the gig before? Still Counting went to number 1.
So just like
in
that.
the States. Yeah, so it was, and these guys were just on the verge of going to their arenas now. So we caught them just as everything was exploding for Volbeat, and we were on tour with them. And then right after that tour was done, they took off and went and did Wacken, right, in Germany.
Yeah.
And then came back, and then they started doing arenas and everything after that.
Crazy.
So we caught those guys right on the. Man, they were surfers, man. Wow. And even when I listen to the music now, it brings me right back to this date or that date, or, hey, we're in Salt Lake City.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a beautiful thing. And music, can always do that. Always make you escape, bring you back to that place. And it's always been a solace for me of not only being a singer, but I'm also a fan, right? I like my stuff, but I don't consider myself to be some major rock star. That's other people's perception. I do what I do, and if people like it, even better. But I'm still just a fan like everybody else. And
Big time, fucking right.
Love seeing great talent on stage. I love having my ass handed to me. I think I find more enjoyment than me having a good gig is going and watching somebody that just has a thing, like going and seeing Judas Priest, and you're waiting for Rob, even though he was a little bit under the weather. He had canceled some, but he got here, and the show was a little bit maybe more tame of the higher stuff that he'd do. Yeah. And I'm just waiting for Rob. Rob, I just need one lesson here, and he delivered at the end of Victim of Changes, and I stood there, I love you, Rob. I love you, Rob. I love you.
The
just
Messiah.
that sort of thing. And the whole time I'm stealing that. I'm stealing this. I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that. And it's all about the learning process. I'm always taking from my peers, right? And always that's how I learn. If we're going to do a cover song, let's just pick one like Quiet Riot, Mental Health. Now I will learn the song as it is in the studio as a template. Then I go to as many different live versions as I can and take this little piece here, this little piece here,
right.
This little piece here, and put it on top of that. And now I built a house that is still Mental Health, Quiet Riot, but it has a bit of Crazy Dave flavor on it, and it doesn't disturb the song. It's just like, that's fucking Dave! So you'll know it's me doing it, right? Because I can't do it exactly like Kevin DeBro, rest in peace. I can't do it like him. So I will try to mimic, but it's still going to be what it is. But it's taking that live stuff and watching how people do that live, and that feeling that you get off bands that just make your hair stand up when they do some shit like that. That's what I like doing, and trying to reproduce that sort of stuff. It kind of puts us a little bit ahead of the curve. Because it also kind of takes talent to hit those notes and stuff like that. But, in the same, you design yourself for what you want. And I wanted to be, per se, Sebastian Bach. I wanted to be Freddie Mercury. I wanted to be Rob Halford, right? So I know I had to take my voice into this, not just, and even higher, even lower. I had to get a whole register. So
that wide spectrum.
That is question number 2, everybody. All right, question number 2.
So touring around North America and everything and having that opportunity to do so, did you find like when you're out on the road, there was just times like it was moving so fucking fast that you couldn't just sit there and like enjoy the moments, or like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like life is just moving so quick that you're just like, holy fuck, all this shit's happening.
Well,
and you're touring around North America playing music.
I tell you this is that when you get into that bus, you become your own little entity in that bus.
Yeah.
Right? You let in the outside world and stuff of what you want. Basically, when you're on that bus, it's all about going to that city, kicking fucking ass, meeting people, shaking hands, selling this, selling that, signing whatever.
Right.
Getting back on that bus. It's all the anticipation of what's going on. The only thing that really, per se, like, is the end of the tour, right?
It's like you're riding that, boom, 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 boom. You're constantly revving high.
Right. And so, there's some people that when they come off that tour, they have to chase that thing and end up becoming, abusing substances and stuff like that.
Big time. You read about it all the time with all these rock stars.
For me, it's mindset. Like, I know it's going to happen, but I know there's going to be another show because I'm going to make that fucking happen. Right. Regardless of the size of the room. I couldn't care if I was playing to 50 people or 50,000. You're going to get the same show from me.
Right.
But the only thing I might say is that in front of 50,000, I might have a little bit more room on stage. But
you're an active guy when you get up there. Hey, there's no standing still.
Well, no, and that's the thing is that when you're in a small stage, you got to watch for these guitar necks, right? Passing you like a 747, and you do this matrix thing. Trying to get the hell out of the way of this. So, I like to think of myself as active, but I just, I take my cues from my peers is that be the band that you want to see, be the singer that you want to see.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for me to do that. I am not overly cocky. I get fucking nervous. I was nervous after I got all ready. I'm like, oh fuck, we got to go do this. Right. And so I have nerves. I'm a human being.
Absolutely.
Public speaking is a huge phobia for everybody.
Oh, for sure. And, it's a definite skill.
So for me, I'm still trying to get over that, but at least I know that when I have a little bit of butterflies, that I know that I'm going to have a good show, that I'm not overly cocky. I'm not taking this lightly, and that's the whole thing. So butterflies is a good thing. And I know that I had them coming here to the show. So I think we're doing all right. And I barely even said the F word, everybody.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck. All right.
You're getting your count up. Get your count up.
So question number 3. There we go. All right. Which camera? Oh, there we go.
You're on that one, the middle one. Yeah. So touring and everything like that, and like you get to city, you're seeing these things, you're meeting these people, and like you say, you're shutting off the outside world. So do you find yourself a little less connected, or do you feel more connected with yourself as you're doing that?
You're more concentrated on the people, right? It's all that expectation, and there's nothing like pulling up and all of a sudden you're in the bus pit,
right?
And there's the chain link fence, and there's people standing alongside, just trying to get a glimpse. And I would be the first one, or the band, Killenger, we would be the first ones to go out there and talk to them. And like, are you guys hot? We'd bring you water or something like that and start treating people like this. The other bands that were with us, like this was the bill when we were out with Volbeat. It was Killenger went on first, and then Iced Earth, and then Hell Yeah with Vinnie Paul, rest in peace, my brother, and Volbeat was the headliner. So
that's a pretty stacked fucking tour you got going on there.
It's a little scary when you got like fucking. Well, we need more heavy songs. Thank God it's only 25 minutes. So we played our. Yeah, it was a very stacked tour, and the fans were rabid, and so there was a lot of do or die on that stage. You're the warm up band. And you're called a T-shirt band, right? That's a David Lee Roth ism. Is you're a T-shirt band. Now that you have basically your first song for them to decide if they're going to hang around and watch you or they're going to go get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Right. So you're the T-shirt band, right? So so I knew that. And reading David Lee Roth's book Crazy from the Heat, you take in these little pieces of information. I was like, okay, so I know the first song that I got to do is got to be end all be all, and it's got to showcase something. And so we'd go through the song and I'd scream out the name of the place and everything, and then at the end I would come up and hit like a 15-second high note for everybody and just let it ring, and everybody's going, fucking what the fuck, holy fucking yeah! wow! At the end of it, and then I know I got you now, you motherfuckers. I ain't letting go, man. It's like fucking holding on to that horse that goes running by. You just grab the rope, get drug along, and that's kind of what it is. You
see
like,
what
I
the fuck happens, hey?
And it's amazing thing when you can get there. You can almost go into autopilot after that. As soon as you got the bang on the first one, and it's all about fucking wham impression. What are they seeing here? Like, oh, it's going to be the usual same old thing. I remember we did a show with Stryper, and we were the first band. We were in Orlando, Florida, at Disney World, House of Blues. Tremendous venue. And we were in there, and we did our set, and it was awesome. There was another band. They saw us before it went on. They're kind of like, oh, yeah, here's the other band. Boom! We walk off, and they're kind of like, how do we follow that? I'm like, you don't. You don't follow it, man. You fucking hope fucking something right happens out there. They went on, everybody kind of like, all right, let's go get a T-shirt.
So here
the fucking second band turned into the fucking T-shirt band, you know. And no offense, guys, if you fucking see this, which you probably won't, but we kicked your fucking ass. So. I love it. But I mean, it's to each their own. I think these kids that were up there and went and did their thing, they probably got it in their minds that they knew what they could do in front of this thing, and it was a packed house, man. I'm not sure if it was sold out. Mike, was it sold out? Pretty damn close. You couldn't get more people in there, man. It was wild. But like I say, I don't think they were maybe they're a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Right.
It can be an intimidating thing for sure.
Absolutely.
Especially in a
fucking
band
have a
up on
pea
the
spot
rise,
in front of
man.
your jeans, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah. No doubt.
You never live that down either, man.
No,
Fucking people taking pictures forever on the internet.
Yeah,
hey, Mr.
forever
P spot.
piss pants.
What, you can't take Orlando?
Oh fuck.
What the fuck just happened to my chair?
Did it pop down on you? There you go.
There we go. Right, it's getting a little warm in here.
Some wild shit.
Off.
The other day I was just watching some fucking G.G. Allen live concerts.
I
man.
love
Fuck.
that guy, dude,
Yeah,
man. Like
dude.
a car crash, I will slow down every time G.G. Allen is on, man.
Fuck
and then
yeah.
I've done so much, well, I won't say research, but just looking up his concerts, his shows, his interviews, all that sort of stuff.
fucking wild.
Everything that he's done, and just go, wow. And look to where he was way before when he had hair and stuff like that, and then his metamorphosis of, being that punk and going into like extreme punk, shaving his head and all this, the bad, really bad jail tattoos on him and stuff like that. And the music is, it's half shit, half of it's good. But really, I mean, when it comes down to it, the whole fucking thing with him is pure brilliance. It's because it's like, you can't stop watching him.
No.
You want to know what he's going to say next.
He was insane. He was like, it was something going on there. I don't know if that was an act or what it was, or that was just true self.
Well,
but
when you watch him backstage, he seems pretty mild mannered and just getting business done and stuff like that until you kind of challenge him, right? And then he'll rise up, right? But he seems pretty kind of down to earth. But when he goes onto that stage, and it's kind of like me. It's like, there's, you got to let something else kind of take over and be that person. So for him to do that, and do those shows and take a shit on stage and whatever.
Fucking smear on his face and he was gnarly, man.
You see that one where he grabbed the cat? Somebody fucking threw a dead cat, brought a dead cat to the fucking show. He grabbed it and fucking grabbed the fucking back legs, ate out the fucking cat, then fucking pretended to hump it. I'm not sure if he actually humped it, but pretended to hump this cat. You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen that one. I was watching a bunch.
I thought we were talking about G.G. Allen here.
Yeah. I just rewatched the one show where he shit on the floor and then fucking smeared it on his face, throwing it at the fucking crowd, and he was off his rocker.
Yeah.
But
well, see, that's a great
the
thing
Jerry
about
Springer
fucking,
interview.
Yeah, that's a great thing about fucking YouTube is that fucking sidebar of fucking horror that's right there. Fucking, all right, we should check out this one, and here's one from this place. And just wow, all this crazy stuff. I remember seeing one that he did in Montreal. He had two girls up there, and all of a sudden he started getting on these girls. Are like, yeah, this is fun. He's creeping me out. Get me the fuck away from him. He smells like shit. That's beautiful, man. I mean, like,
naked with his fucking dick hanging out.
And was that even really a dink? It looked like fucking Money's mushroom.
Yeah, it did, man.
Fucking all smothered in fucking in lettuce, which was his pubic hair.
Yeah.
Just disgusting, man. But somehow. But you know what? It doesn't even matter about that, man. Girls were fucking, they wanted him. You see on one of his birthdays, his buddy got a hooker to shove a hot dog up her ass and then squat down on his face and poop out the fucking hot dog into his mouth. He fucking loved that. He was in heaven. Blah, 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 ate it and then threw it up. He fucking, he's like a little kid in Toys R Us with that.
Oh, yeah.
So Gigi Allen, like I say, man, I will watch that stuff anytime.
Oh, absolutely.
It's terrible that he maybe accidentally OD'd or whatever. It would have been nice to have him around a little bit longer just to see more of his goddamn fuckery and what he can get himself into.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But he was doing that in a time where you could basically get away with that shit.
Could you imagine him now?
Oh, no. One show and you're done and arrested and that's over.
Yeah, you're going to jail.
Yeah,
like
it's
that's
over, man.
It's fucking
But
done
back in the
and out.
90s, you get away with fucking couple fingers up this girl. You can finger a girl right there, but fuck, you do that now, we're gonna cut off your fingers. You know, basically throw you in the clink, right? So, and you should never really do that in the fucking first place. But in the means of rock and roll, what it was, people going to the show, they knew what they're getting into.
Absolutely.
You're gonna get fingered, you're gonna get fucked, you're fucking probably gonna get hit with shit, piss, and broken glass, and you might get fucking punched in the face.
Yeah. There's on so many occasions where he's just standing there and they'll just kick somebody right in the fucking head.
Yeah, just fucking boom. You know, and to some kids, that was the fucking best time of their life. You
Absolutely.
Know? Some of their lives, I can understand. Leaving boring lives, and going to school, work, it sucks, you know, riding the subway. Yeah, now let's go see a Gigi Allen concert where it's completely different and out of your total norm, and you get the living shit scared out of you, and you paid $15 for it.
Yeah.
You know, you maybe got it on you. You know, like, okay, you know, that
Any
sort of stuff.
Killenger shows go that way?
No. I've never.
You never shit on the stage and then threw it at somebody?
I never shit on the stage. Not during a killer show, Killenger show, but pooping on stage. Okay, we'll touch on this briefly.
I mean,
like everybody, and like wrestlers out there, and wrestlers that have taken a bump and landed, you know, sometimes you might shit a little bit. Everybody's done it, man. Undertaker,
yes.
Sid Vicious, Hulk Hogan, you know, all of them, man.
Dude, it's happened to me in jiu-jitsu class.
I'm sure. I'll tell you this. Back, I was working at Diamonds, the strip club here in Edmonton,
right.
And it was the end of the night. Everybody's pretty much gone. It was just management and a couple dancers, and we're just kind of winding up. But we had a couple friends in there. One girl, she was like super tall, like a 6'6" girl, and she was a wrestler. I told her, you know, and she knew Crazy Dave as what I did with the bear and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And all those stunts and stuff like that. So she knew I could take a bump, right?
Right.
But, you know, a bump with me, you know, at that's like put me through a table or something like that. Don't fucking slam me on the fucking cement. And she fucking picked me up, fucking scoop slam me. Bang. And I went like that. And I'm right on the floor. I went, oh, I shit my pants. And I look around and there's all the management. There's the strippers. And there she's standing, towering over me. Like, you okay? I'm like, ugh. Yeah, hold on. And I stood there for a second because I knew I had a couple seconds just to try to shake it off. And I'm cool before the stench would hit everybody, right? So just enough time to like, hold on, I'll be right back. You know, and go take a pee, run out. Okay, I went into the washroom, I took off my underwear, I sat ass first into the sink, fucking washed my ass. I can't believe I'm telling you this shit. I don't care. And yeah, I came back out and acted like it never fucking happened.
Were you wearing white pants that night like today?
No,
Thank fucking God. Wouldn't that have been a nightmare?
No. Well, that might have been, I would have walked backwards.
Oh, you would have had against the wall, eh?
I would have did the jellyfish, right?
Yeah. Just get the fuck out of here before somebody sees my shitty ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, you might have it. There's one time on stage where I fucking yelled, oh, yeah! Oh, shit. All right. Hey, sing a song. I'll be right back. And change. All right, and we're back. Right after, as the song's done, you know, I have 3-4 minutes of scramble time to make it back up to the room, clean my fucking ass, put on some new stuff and new pants, and then run back downstairs. So, yeah, that's happened to me well, I would say numerous times. Couple times, all right? It's only happened to me a couple times, all right? 1 or 2 times, all right? So there you go.
1 or 2 times tops a year, maybe a month.
Maybe a month.
We had a rule of thumb where I'm from. You're not drunk unless you shit your pants. So I've only known one drunk guy in my life.
Is that you?
No, it wasn't me. It was this guy I played hockey with. He shit himself when he was hammered. I probably shit myself when I'm hammered, but I just, no recollection of the evening.
No. And you wouldn't know until, like maybe you got in the shower and everything and you come out like, oh, my fuck. Well, those underwear are going in the garbage. No.
Oh, yeah, we're getting the fuck out of here.
I know there's some men out there that will fucking shit their underwear, wash them, go, they're still good. They're still good. Not me personally. I'm working on 3 pairs of underwear right now. I'm wearing 2. And all right. So now to question number. I think this is 5.
I think we're on 5. Yeah,
we're on 5. All right.
The tour bus. What's
tour
like?
bus.
Do you ever you got any wild stories off the tour bus? I mean, everybody, you got some crazy shit happening on there. Especially you're touring with Striper, Volbeat, Iced Earth. Do you guys ever bop around, change buses around, get a new change of scenery? I mean, there's probably broads coming with you city to city. Fuck.
Oh, see, that's the thing is that you cannot bring fucking girls on unless you're. If you're Volbeat, maybe you might be able to get away with it because there's people there and you have the fucking legal representation to fucking take care of that. But what you're doing is taking girls across state line and shit like that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
There's no doing that, right? So you find within your own crew who you can fuck with and stuff like that. And sometimes it wasn't even really pretty much per se something with the band. It was maybe a crew member that we have that was, and I'm gonna give you a story and. I'm going to leave out his name, but he knows exactly who he is if he watches this. Is that he was a real go-getter, and probably sometimes his brawn was a little bit bigger than his brain.
Yeah.
But really wanted to work hard, really wanted to make an impression, right? And then sometimes we just, calm down. You got the job. Oh yeah, I can do that. Calm down. We just need you to do this and this and this. That's all we need. I can do this. Watch this. I can do this. So one of those guys that would, stick his neck out there like I can do this. So, Mike, who's the consummate professional, knows the ins and outs of our fucking tour bus from the fucking top through the wiring to the, to our air conditioning to our sewage system and plumbing system. He knows the whole thing back to front. So this guy. Who's with us, a run crew member, is telling Mike, I can go out there, dude. And Mike's, hey, man, you have to watch the certain sort of procedure to get it on. And I'm in the bus, and I can kind of hear the talk. And then all of a sudden, there's a little bit quiet, and you can almost feel the bus move like that, like he's trying to get at something. And all of a sudden, you hear, wow, fuck! So off comes the cap, and the pressure of everything just fucking hit him right in the fucking chest and everything up and right down. We stripped that fucker, and we were in this, this RV park that we were in the States. It was beautiful, man. Nice little island, green island, and it was nice everywhere. Beautiful motorhomes everywhere. Like $200,000 motorhomes. We come tickling in with our thing, and fucking there's this boy standing in the middle of this island, with the grass and everything in the middle. Fucking stripped naked, and we're hosing him off because he got shit all over the place, threw his fucking clothes out and everything. So,
gross,
that's stuff like gross. That. A lot of girls on the road. I don't think I really had a chance to really get that far. Was there girls that followed? Maybe in a little instance here and there, girls at shows. Oh, you damn right. But I think the majority of them were just people that really wanted to fucking meet the band and were true fans of the bands that were there, but saw something in us that they wanted to stick around and say hello. And I always made it a point at the end, before I did the last song on tour, is thank you for welcoming in this little band from Canada and welcoming us into your house. You guys have been amazing. Yeah. Please come to the merch table. Come say hi. You don't have to buy a goddamn thing. I just want to shake your hand and meet you because Salt Lake City, fuck, man, you feel like my new home. Yeah. And something like that. And they boom, and we'd go down and I would meet the people. That was, being on tour. The stories are the stories. I can give you. There wasn't really too many stories on tour that were really eventful. It was more of me paying my dues and going through the 90s, early 2000s and stuff like that, where the real shits, shit shows happen.
Right.
I mean, I got one that's, man, it's going to take a little bit for me to tell because it's a wild one. And, I think maybe that's what we should do is maybe once a month, I should come in here with a Crazy Dave road story. And and I should just pop it off a little fucking 2-minute, 3-minute thing. You just listen to that. So maybe that'll happen. But, really, you really try to run a tight ship on your bus is because that there's a lot of pressure on everybody. And, the band will kind of joke around with each other, but there's no fucking with anybody's shampoo. There's no fucking with anybody's food. There's no fucking with anybody's shower. There's no fucking with anybody's sleep. Yeah. But if you're up and you're drinking, you're full game, right? So, but we don't, because you really need that in order to, do the necessary. There's a big expectation that we have. And especially us being a real nobody from Canada and having, we had hired on the greatest staff from Sony that brought us up to this plateau. And so we had a responsibility for that.
Yeah.
Getting fucking hammered or being on stage hungover, that's not what you want. And they're watching you the whole time, right? The headliner band, their band manager, road manager is watching you. Because, you start fucking up, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're gone. It's called the TH. The TH is the ticket home.
And that's the last thing you want, especially when you work so hard to get
hey,
that.
man, we're going to give you your TH. Oh, damn it.
Fuck.
That happened with Hell Yeah. And I'm not sure what the deal was, why there was a change, but I just remember on one show, it was this lineup. And then the next show, there was a different guitar player, and nothing had changed from the show. It was the same thing. I'm like, what the fuck did that happen? And it's that quick. It can be that quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. It's like...
I know Vinny, especially when you're touring on the road, you cannot go out with one bullet, right? One guitar player. There has to be somebody that can, something happens that can jump in and pick up the slack. And there's people that are ready like that, especially when you're doing that can jump in at any point, right? As per se, like Judas Priest, Glenn and his trials and tribulations that he's going through with his Parkinson's. Boom, we get this guy in right here, and he's in the family, right? Glenn has no problem, bowing out to because of what he's going through. So you always have to be prepared. It's the road with some bands depends on what sort of level you're at. Now if you're Motley Crue back in the day, then you do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
you do whatever the fuck you want because there's somebody that can talk you out of any situation. And any fucking press is good press. Now, if you're arrested, wow, man, that's press and a half, man. That's countrywide. Wham. So that sort of thing, you can't really do that now too much unless you're just. And now, I figure watching that now from certain artists, certain sort of rap artists, they do that sort of thing. It's only to get attention.
Big time, yeah.
I haven't done anything in a little bit. My Instagram pictures aren't fucking hitting 1,000 likes anymore. I gotta go fucking cause some shit at a club.
Yeah, go do something stupid. Right. Absolutely stupid. Not even funny stupid. It's just straight up
something
dumb.
Stupid. Well, as long as it's newsworthy. But I'm sure there's people out there. Hey, man, TMZ's out there tonight. Let's go fuck around and get on TV.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man, there's tons of people like that. Look at half these YouTubers. They're doing some crazy shit just to make their video on the trending page or to blow themselves up.
Right. Now, you want to talk about crazy shit is that one Nicolas Cage versus fucking Vince Neil thing. Fucking, well, it wasn't versus, but he was trying to talk him out of whatever. Yeah. Vince is all hammered and mad. Hey, man, I love you, brother. All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. That's just guys being guys, right?
Yeah.
And the being human. Everybody gets goddamn drunk. It's like all of a sudden, as soon as you get in the public eye, like, oh, well, he doesn't drink. He does this. Or that, whatever's people's perception of, just fucking take a look at yourself. They're human, just like you. Like, oh, Dave, you're the rock star. I'm like, oh, I had crap dinner and beans and wieners last night.
Yeah,
like
there's no
what do you mean I'm the rock
filet
star?
mignon.
Yeah, maybe I got some rock star clothing. Maybe the personality I've worked on for years, and yeah, and the voice. But really, what people's perception of rock star, that's their perception, not mine. I put this on because I like doing it. I'm a big Kiss fan, big huge Alice Cooper fan, and anytime I can get dressed up in this stuff, it's me just fucking being a kid, reliving out my little Kiss fantasy.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
and not being able to lose it.
like?
Holding on to it, and this will be July will be 32 years that I've been doing this. At the end of the year, I'll be 50 years old, and I have not stopped doing it. I haven't looked back. I've maintained my shape, my verve, my voice the whole time, because I learned that from my peers, is that longevity is the fucking key. And when people come see you, they want to see you how they remembered you.
Yeah.
And if you look like that and you're hitting those notes, you have now turned yourself almost into a god in their minds, because you have given them what they thought you might lose or whatever. And they find inspiration by looking at you and going, wow, you've maintained it. You've been able to, you look great. You do that, and taking care of yourself. Well, that's what I've learned from my peers, is that, you guys go off and do the drugs. I'll just stay here with my beer, my pot, and a couple cigarettes, and that's it.
Yeah.
And stay there, because anything else you're asking for, you're either asking for attention or you're asking for a visit.
Mm-hmm.
From somebody. Now, it'd either be the cops, or you're going to go visit a hospital, or the mortuary. I don't think that, and none of that's good for your fucking career.
No, not at all.
And, and understand that people, sometimes make bad choices in their life, and the drug ends up taking a hold of them. I absolutely sympathize with that.
Yeah.
I've had a little bout in the hospital, and when I came out, they gave me some Oxycontin. And I started fucking throwing those things down like they're fucking Mentos, man. I'm like, oh yeah. Then I felt like, oh yeah, I'm Lizard King. I'm like walking on cars. We're gonna cut an album. I'm the Doors. I'm Jim Morrison. I'm just going fucking nuts. But and then I needed more, and I needed more, and I needed more, and I had to stop cold turkey right there. Wham! Because it was starting to affect what I was doing. Is that whole thing, the drugs starting to change my way of thinking just a little bit of, if I just get more, I'll be okay. And so that's a huge fight in your mind to get over and go cold turkey and convince yourself you do not need this. Right?
Big time, yeah.
And so that's what I did. I don't need this anymore. Boom, I'm done. My prescription ran out. I know I could probably get some more if I went, please, but I just stopped myself. And there was a bit of wind down, from that, a little bit of, and Jones in here and there.
Yeah.
But I knew if I got through that, I would fucking get through anything, and that at least I had a taste of that experience of knowing, because you hear
your
about
mental
that
toughness and
well, you're not so quick to judge somebody. If they're going through that, right, and stuff, and how the drug can grab a hold of somebody, and so I'm not so quick to judge because I was right on the cusp of that, and I knew how to cut it off. Some people try to cut it off, and it's just so I feel for those people, but there's some people that are able to swing it around, turn it around, and maybe be a little bit better than they were before. Sometimes it takes a little something like that to really discover who you are as a person.
Yeah, big time, man.
And almost lose yourself and realize that's how important life is, and the gift of friendship and making people smile, and a good deed, and just doing something for something and not even expecting anything in return. Just,
for sure.
Just a smile. I believe that's worth more money than I could ever make making music. Is just me being able to make somebody smile when I'm up there, or change their mood when I'm up there on the stage, and have them maybe go from a bad week. They come see me. There's some escapism for a few hours. They get to fucking release it all, and get to kind of relive that. I love being able to do that, because I do that for myself every time I'm up there. So like I say, I'll kind of go back a little bit. Is that I am just as much a fan of this music and what I do as much as me being up on stage. I love both sides of it. And do I love watching myself on video? I love watching myself on video to see what it's doing to the people, what it does to the band. When how band go fire, and how they all of a sudden take the energy that I'm giving off, and they sink right in, just rah, we're gonna fucking plow this motherfucking field. And I love that sort of stuff. Question 6.
Burning through them.
All right.
Burning through them. Yeah, no, so that basically for you then, you find that the music, you get more fulfillment out of it, playing and getting the happiness and joy out of people. You never chased the dollar when it came to Sony or anything like that, or playing the shows. It's never been about the money for you then.
The money will come when it comes, right?
Yeah.
I've learned enough that your first album isn't going to do much. Your second album depends what you're doing.
Yeah.
And how your business is, so that you might be able to maybe
How many albums did you have under Sony?
Well, we had our first one, which we recorded ourselves with our own record company, and then we went into a partnership deal.
Okay.
And so we partnered up. So they honored our first album, and then we had 2 more to go. And then the bottom fell out. But then there's another signing of another contract, and I'm not sure for how long or how many albums was supposed to be. But I didn't. At that point is when I jumped off, because there was, I was too tired of giving and not receiving. I had a lot of input on the band, a lot of initial say of what went on, and that was starting to strain a little bit. It was starting to fade, and that's where I say, if it's going to be that, I said I was in it 100%. The tattoo's right there.
Yeah.
Right. So, if it's starting to fade, well, so be it. And such is life. So what do I do after it's all done? Yeah, some people be like, oh, fuck, it's over. Fuck, what do I do? If I could cut my hair, go work at like a Suncor or something, or do something and give up. There's no such, I don't know what else to do other than go, ah! So I had to keep going. I kept going. So anything that was Killenger related, I took that, the fans and everything, I just kept on going and kept on doing everything that I've always been doing, because I was doing it before, I did it during, and I'll do it after.
Yeah.
Because that's you wanted to hire a singer, you hired a singer, not a carpenter who's a singer, a full-out singer. What's the only job I had in my life? I think I worked 9 months at Axe Music, rest in peace. And, I think I worked 9 months at Axe Music, and it was a great thing, but it wasn't really for me. But Rick Shermack that was working there, I put that guy through the fucking ringer of excuses why I was late.
Yeah.
But I think it became a thing where it's almost like fucking Dave's late. I wonder what fucking excuse he's going to have. Well, I was taking care of my girlfriend's cat. The motherfucker fucking unplugged the, get the hell out of here and get to your fucking station. So it was, but that wasn't really for me. I'm that nighttime guy. I'm that, I need to entertain people. I'm not really sure where that came from, other than I think Kiss, Alice Cooper and stuff like that, wanting to be up on stage. And like I said, it was no easy feat. Everybody has to pay their dues.
Big time.
At the start, I know the way people perceive me now, like, wow, you're professional. You got to, but I didn't start like that. Everything's, it's a gradual process. You got to learn. Sometimes you got to get threatened. Sometimes you got to be fucking grabbed by the lapels and thrown up against a brick wall. Say, you ever grab your fucking crotch in front of my girlfriend again? I'll fucking beat the shit out of you. You might need that a couple times. There's certain little learning, you learn. You got to pay your dues, right? You've got to run out of gas. You got to, you got to struggle for food. You got to, you got to have broken relationships. Damn, I can't keep my dog because I can barely feed myself. I have to get rid of my dog. It's all about the sacrifice. I'm not sure what my point was, other than rock and roll, motherfucker.
And you got your new band now, Renegade Eye. You gave me a nice T-shirt here, and you guys are playing. Is this more of like a cover band as well, or is it you guys writing your own original music? I haven't had a chance to come out and see you guys yet. I want to.
Well, this Saturday right here, the 29th of June, you can come see us at Shakers. And
okay.
So Renegade Eye was a combination of 2 bands. My band, after everything said, Crazy Dave's Renegades. And they had a band called Right in the Eye, and they're an 80s tribute. And, Dave, he's the 80s guy. So no word of a lie, being absolutely honest. They fucking looked at me like, we were going to kick his fucking ass, man. Look at that fucking guy. And I'm looking at them like, look at these fucking idiots over here, man. What the fuck they fucking think they're up to? And they're looking right back at me like,
both giving each other the stink eye.
Eyeliner boy.
Hey, you bitches want to start a band?
You're wearing your fucking girlfriend's jeans? And fucking me, I'm like, fuck, man, I'm wearing my girlfriend's jeans. I'm hotter than you guys. So the back and forth. But anyway, it just so happened that a couple members had left, and they were needed somebody to fill in and stuff.
Right.
So they asked me for a couple gigs, and I drug along my good friend Terry Grant, Sawbones. Yeah, and I drug him along. Yeah. And I drug him along, and so we started playing, and wham, it was right there. And
felt at home.
Yeah, well, yeah. And so I told the guys, I'm really enjoying what's going on here. I don't need to go start something else. Maybe we should just kind of combine it. what we're doing. So, right in the eye, Crazy Dave's Renegades now turned into Renegade Eye.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
And great guys, man, well established within themselves and their family and their financial, which is always good that people aren't struggling and stuff like that. Bringing on a struggling musician makes you struggle also. So, but these guys have been looking for sort of a creative outlet. They've been trying to kind of get their stuff out there. And as soon as I joined up with them, wham, we wrote a song, boom, it's in a movie. We're doing this. We got an amazing set list.
Oh, you did the Hotbox song with Renegade Eye?
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
perfect. Is it on iTunes or anything like that?
We're working on that right now, but what we want to do is we want to have a succession of songs before we put them out. So we put out one, a couple of weeks later, here's another one, a couple of weeks later, another one, and then down the road, boom, here's the whole album in its physical sort of form.
Yeah.
And do that, and still work on what we're doing is the show. We have invested a hell of a lot of money into our light show, trying to get it up into that arena level. So when you come see us and you see our lights and stuff like that, there's a real dedication to our show and delivering to people that come out. And plus, the thing is that when we play Shakers, we don't do that at every place that we're at. But when we play Edmonton, we play Shakers, and we do that. We don't charge cover charge. We want everybody to come in. Don't worry about that. Right now, I'm not worried about the money. I'm worried about your presence in here. I want you in here. And so we don't charge anybody, and just to make it a little bit more inviting for people, because some people still have qualms about paying $5 or it's $10 and like, why am I paying $10? Well, there's a band on stage, and if you pay $20, you get a CD with it too. So hard to explain to some people what really an entertainment charge is. It helps out the bar a little bit if it's a little bit dead. If it's good, it helps pay for the bands. And so what you're doing is you're supporting the venue by making sure that you pay. And even though I might walk in and not have to pay cover charge, I will drink triple just to make sure it evens out. I will harm my own liver to make sure it doesn't. That's the kind of man I am. Huh?
Just a down good old Alberta boy right
that's
there.
Right.
That's some good old Alberta shit.
Hockey stick in hand, bush in the other.
What kind of bush? You want some of that Trump shit? Grab her by the pussy shit?
I believe we've all been fucking grabbed by the pussy at some point.
Yeah, I think sometimes. Yeah,
I used to go to Rock City, man. Okay, you go to Rock City and you're a long-haired guy, right? Some fucking drunk guy come up behind you and just fucking give you a good fucking feel right on the fucking one cheek. You turn around and he's just like, oh my good God, what the fuck? I'm sorry.
At least you know you look good from the back.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been honked at riding my fucking bike. I'm on my way to DJ at Showgirls.
Yeah.
Till they get up beside me, I'll give them a little wave. Hey guys, they're gone. I can get the fuck out of here. Yeah, according to Yukon Jack, I have the best girl's ass in the business.
Hey, that's a good thing to have, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends. Maybe not in jail.
Do you need a beer or anything? Because I see you.
I didn't. No, I'm good right now, actually. I'm good. Thank you, though. Are you playing anywhere this weekend?
Well, that is at Shakers.
That is this weekend at Shakers.
And then
you said the 29th you're playing there?
It is. And then our next show after that, we're actually going to do a fucking travel thing, and we're going to go to Kamloops and play this place called the Blue Grotto.
Oh, nice.
Probably one of the best rooms in Canada, stage-wise and stuff. So it's going to be treat, to travel again. But hey, man,
what's the date on that?
And it's July. I think it's 27, 28, or 26, 27, whatever that Friday, Saturday is of the.
You got back-to-back shows down there?
Yeah, the Friday, Saturday night at the same place. So it's like I say, a real treat to get on the road, but to play interior BC during the summer.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here for a bit.
Yes, it's beautiful. So it's a real treat for us. And then, excuse me. I'm sure we have something else in September. Yes, we're going to be playing the Borderline Pub. Our good buddy Wally that runs the bar. And incidentally, I'll even give him a shout out. Hey, Wally, he's been running this bar himself. He's been there for 25 years.
Oh wow, good for him. Fuck yeah.
A huge milestone. And he's still alive and kicking and all. Okay, usually somebody like that would be old and decrepit, like carrying around an IV. But Wally does absolutely great guy, and a real, like I said, a huge milestone to do 25 years in one place.
I'd say
and
so.
that's in Mill Woods, Borderline Pub, and we'll be there in September. So if you want to see any of the dates, just check out Renegade Eye on Facebook, and they're all up there. We have all the invites and stuff like that. I don't like to say other than that too much because I like people to do just a little bit of
a little research never hurt.
Just a little
research never hurt nobody.
Yeah, a little bit of Googling isn't bad.
No, fuck no.
Absolutely. How do you think we fucking got here?
Yeah. So, well, Dave, we chewed through an hour really quick. I want to thank you for coming in, man. And we bullshit for an hour already.
Holy,
yeah, dude,
wow.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for coming in. Do you want to let everybody know where they can follow you? Or
absolutely. Well, my name is David Williams on Facebook. Find me on Facebook, and just friend me, say hello, let me know that you saw the podcast or you're friends with him. And let me know, and I will be sure to add you and welcome you into Crazy Dave's world. And my 2 fucking cats, the little motherfuckers. Oh yeah, that's right. I said I have to walk around basically naked until I'm fucking ready to go, and then put on my black clothes and then get the fuck out. Because if I come out, I'm wearing a fucking a fur coat.
Pretty much, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So one last quick question. You give it to me anything, and I will give you 1 sentence answer. Right
okay.
Here.
Tits or ass?
Tits or ass?
Yeah.
Both.
That's the shortest answer you can ever get. Thanks, Dave, again for coming in, man.
And
we really
if you can
appreciate it.
stack them up, baby. Rock and roll.